Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to Star Wars Lads for my first inaugural bookshelf haul. This is not a full collection. This is just a haul video. Used to do these on my other channel, Legends Lore, but trying to kind of consolidate the type of content I do on each channel. So over there you get a lot more lore videos, you get some rankings, my individual choices rather than our group choices over here. So make sure you check out that channel. I give you as many things as I can over there on top of all the content that I give you over here on Star Wars Lads. But because I do the bookshelf tours over here, it just kind of made more sense to me to bring the book haul videos over here as well. So I hope you guys enjoy them this year. I'm going to be doing them throughout the year as I accumulate more and more Star Wars stuff. If you're new to the channel, check out some of my other collection videos. The link will be in the cards here and in the description. I also just posted my bookshelf tour about a month ago, so if you haven't checked out my updated bookshelf tour that I do every single January, make sure you check that out. It is my fourth one I've done on the channel. All right, without any further ado, let's get into the collection, and it starts out here with a pretty rare science fiction book club hardcover. Not one of the rarest, but something from the 90s that I've been missing for a long time, and it was given to me as a Christmas present, and that is going to be the Corellian trilogy. This is a really nice copy of this science fiction book club omnibus. Right off the bat with this one, the binding is excellent. It is in such good shape. When I open it, it feels like it's never been read, so that's always a big positive to me when you're collecting these. And with this one, I now have every single paperback trilogy into Science Fiction Book Club hardcover, so this is a pretty exciting one to add to the collection. We'll go right there with Black Fleet Crisis and Jedi Academy. This is actually my most recent pickup. It wasn't even in my bookshelf tour. I ended up buying it shortly afterwards, and that's Tears of the Nameless by George Mann. We did review this on the channel, so if you want to check out our review, you can. I will link our High Republic Phase 3 reviews to this as well. But in my opinion, this was the best book of Phase 3 so far. Absolutely the best book of 2024 for Star Wars. This really finally got to the meat of the story of Phase 3 of the High Republic, and I enjoyed it immensely. As per usual with these newer books, it takes me a while to pick them up because we get review audio copies for a lot of these, so it's kind of like you're double dipping, you're buying it a second time. So I usually wait for a sale, and Amazon had this one over half off, plus had an extra 10% coupon. So if you want a little collecting tip for buying some of the newer stuff, I add things to my Amazon cart and I just leave them in the save for later. Amazon will always tell you when something drops in price, so randomly a lot of these books will drop to half off, 40% off, and sometimes there's coupons. So keep an eye out if you want a little collecting tip from me on how to get some of the newer stuff for a lot cheaper. So next up is something pretty unique. It's not a traditional omnibus or comic or novel like I usually show. It's actually a collection of articles from the Los Angeles Times. It's called The History of Culture. It's a series they do where they print basically every article they've written or every significant article they've written about a specific topic from its inception point all the way to the present day. And this one is about Star Wars, and this was actually a gift from my grandmother for Christmas, so this was really sweet and nice. And I've been diving through and combing through a lot of articles. There's a lot of really cool information. You get to see the progression of how not just Star Wars was perceived by the media, but kind of the general public. You get to see the progression of the franchise from its origin point to, the cultural icon it became. So this is a really, really cool piece of history. You can actually order one yourself. You can get it presented to you with your name engraved on it as well. So I thought this was a really neat piece of Star Wars history to add, and one of my favorite things in my collection now. Don't tell anybody, but I'm going to show you something that wasn't Star Wars related in this video because I'm really excited about it. It's the 30th anniversary set of Akira. Finally got this. These are all of the hardcovers of Akira. It's heavy, man. It's really heavy. I wish I could show it to you in a little bit better way, but I'm gonna hold it right here. This is really, really cool. It's a whole box set. It's massive. So yeah, for reference, this is what it looks like on the inside. Just such a neat set. I love this series. I'm so excited to own these in this big, huge hardcover format. So before we get to the whales, I'm gonna move on to a couple omnis I got for Christmas as well. The first one is the Rebellion Omnibus Volume 2. This is now almost complete. I believe they're coming out with a Volume 3, so it's pretty exciting to have this almost completely collected in omnibus. Looking forward to diving back into a lot of these stories that I read a long time ago in this oversized format. Omnibus is my favorite type of format. I hope they print everything in omnibus. I keep saying it over and over again. Print all the Legend stuff. Why stop now? We already have all of Rebellion almost collected. We're getting all of Empire finishing up here pretty soon. New Republic has been coming out with a lot of Omnibus. Give us Legacy, give us Clone Wars. Those are the two I want the most for sure, especially with how hard the Epic collections are to find. So give us the oversized art of those formats as well, and print the rest of the Old Republic stuff in Omnibus too. Those of you who have watched my bookshelf tour, you know my canon Omnibus collection is pretty lacking. Kind of got into the game after I was reading the singles religiously, like every single week, you know, so it was a tough double dip to get into, but now they sporadically go out of print, and I got the Gillen and Pack Omnibus. Now it's sold off my paperbacks, so I'm excited to have this. I hope they give us the Soul Omnibus soon, and I hope they reprint Aaron again so I can add that to the collection as well. So we're down to the last two things that I'm going to show you for this video, and both of these are incredible whales, something I've been hunting for a long time. Both of them are amongst the rarest in their format of Star Wars books. So I'm going to show you the first one here, and that is going to be the Star Wars Original Marvel Years Volume 1. This is something I've been searching for so long. Did not sell well originally. It's never gotten a reprint since I believe 2014 or 15, whenever they first put this out. I have had the other two volumes for so long. By the time I really got into collecting Omnibus, this was already gone. I believe in my last collection update, I even said, like, I don't know if I'll ever get this, because I just bought a paperback. I bought an Epic collection that was out of print, and I just bought that to kind of replace part of this, but I needed the other two, and now I have this. So this is incredibly exciting. This was a Christmas gift from my dad, and it's in great shape. It's an amazing shape. I'm really excited to have this, you know, selfishly hoping they don't reprint it now, because now I finally have one, but I'm shocked they haven't reprinted it at this point. You know, when you see books and resale things going for such crazy amounts on eBay, you always wonder why the companies themselves don't take advantage of that and just make the money themselves, and instead of letting people like you and me be able to get that money on eBay for these types of things. But definitely the most valuable and most expensive Star Wars Marvel Omnibus, so absolutely huge to add this to my collection. And my last one is another massive whale for me in the Star Wars novel side of my collection, and that is the Coruscant Nights trilogy by Michael Reeves. This is another book that is super hard to find. I would say it's up there in the top 4 or 5 most valuable, most expensive, rarest Star Wars books out there. One of the other ones that's in that top 4 or 5 is The Last Jedi, which I was able to come by a few years ago. I paid a pretty steep price for it, but it was under the market price, and that made me pretty excited, considering I only have a few Star Wars Legends SFBC hardcovers left to get. So this was a huge one for me. This was also a Christmas gift from my parents. So close, again, like I said, to having all of those rarest ones. Obviously, Clone Wars Gambit are amongst my biggest grails, as they are for most people in their Star Wars book collection in the hardcover format. I also need Shadow Games, which is another really rare SFBC hardcover. So hopefully I can come by those here in the next year to continue to add to this collection. And who knows, maybe by 2026 or 2027, you'll be watching a complete Star Wars book collection when you watch my bookshelf tours. So thank you so much for watching this first Star Wars book haul on this channel. If you want to go back and check out all of my other book hauls and kind of see what times of the year or which years I was able to pick things up before and in between my bookshelf collections, I'll be adding the link here to the collecting videos, and you can check out all my collecting videos. And I do other collection updates on my other channel as well. So if you're interested in my Blu-ray collection, or my Marvel Omnibus, or my DC Omnibus and collected editions, or my figure collections, or my card collections, or any of my collections, video game collections, I usually update all of that stuff on the other channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.